Hello, this is Yogeshwar 7000 again, and I'm back on my series on nakshatras. And in my last video, we did discuss about the seventh nakshatra, which is the Punarvasu Nakshatra, and which spans over a distance of 13 degrees and 20 minutes, like all other nakshatras. It starts from 20 degrees of Gemini through 3 degrees and 20 minutes of Cancer. So it actually spans over a distance of 13 degrees and 20 minutes over two zodiac signs. And as we all know that a nakshatra is further subdivided into four equal divisions, or padas as it is called in Sanskrit. And today we'll be talking about the four divisions, or the padas of Punarvasu Nakshatra. Now, the first pada of Punarvasu Nakshatra is ruled by the planet Mars. And as we know that the zodiac sign of this nakshatra in the first pada is the zodiac sign of Gemini. So there's an influence of Mercury here. And overall rulership of this entire nakshatra is Jupiter. So you'll have to consider all the characteristics of all these planets on it. So since this pada or division, the first one, which spans over a distance of 20 degrees of Gemini through 23 degrees and 20 minutes of Gemini, which is 3 degrees and 20 minutes within Gemini zodiac sign, will be influenced first by Jupiter. Again, Jupiter is about goodness, spirituality, wealth, family, and knowledge, so on and so forth. And again, the rulership of the planet or the zodiac sign of Gemini is Mercury. So Mercury is about communications, skills, and money, and the stock markets, and intelligence, intellect. And then again, the pada itself is ruled by Mars, which is the aggression, the drive, the passion of Mars. So you can relate it to these three planets. And of course, the overall rulership, which is the deity rulership, which is Aditi, has to be taken into consideration. Aditi is about fertility and about the planet Sun, because she's the mother to the 12 Adityas. So that element also has to be taken into consideration, as you would have seen in my last video on Punarvasu. So here the focus is more on aggression, because the pada itself is ruled by the planet Mars. So you'll see people a little more aggressive. They'll be knowledgeable thanks to Jupiter. They'll have royalty and nobility in them thanks to the 12 Adityas influence. And they will be smart communicators or good communicators thanks to Mercury, but with a little bit of more aggression given and ambition given by the planet Mars. The second pada spans a distance of 3 degrees and 20 minutes, falls between 23 degrees and 23 degrees and 20 minutes through 26 degrees and 40 minutes inside Gemini. So here the influence, of course, is going to be the presiding deity, which is Aditi, and then Jupiter, of course, which is the ruler or the rulership of the entire nakshatra, goes with the planet Jupiter. And the zodiac sign is still Gemini, so again the influence of Mercury is going to be there. However, the rulership of the second pada is Venus. So here you'll see the focus is on qualities or characteristics related to Venus. The focus is going to be in terms of career related to something associated with hotels, the film industry, import exports, tourism, so on and so forth. So you'll see these qualities, not with a bit of a little more aggression as we saw in the last pada, but yes, there will be an interest in these careers, so as to say, with a lot of knowledge of Jupiter, with a lot of royalty of Aditi with a lot of communicative skills and the smartness in business of the planet Mercury, because it still is in the zodiac sign of Gemini, ruled by Mercury. The third pada of Punarvasu Nakshatra spans over a distance of 26 degrees and 40 minutes through 30 degrees, still within the zodiac sign of Gemini. So there'll be an influence of Mercury, definitely, because of the rulership of Gemini, which is Mercury. And again, the overall rulership of the presiding deity, which is goddess Aditi. Well, you can call her goddess, but Aditi, wife of sage Kashyap, and the nobility and the royalty that comes from it because of the Adityas. The overall rulership of Jupiter, the rulership of the zodiac sign, which is Gemini, ruled by Mercury. And here, the third pada also is ruled by Mercury again. So the rulership of the pada itself, the division itself, is Mercury. So there's a double impact of Mercury on this pada, because one, it's in the zodiac sign of Gemini, which is ruled by Mercury, and the second thing is that it itself, the pada itself, is ruled by Mercury, because the third pada falls in the Gemini Navansha. So I don't want to get into how you calculate what pada is ruled by what Navansha, so on and so forth. But yes, the rulership, just remember, the rulership is Mercury of the third pada of Punarvasu Nakshatra. Now it stands for strong intellectual energy here because of the impact of the planet Mercury in a big way. And of course, the overall, knowledge of Jupiter is there, as we already discussed. So, you'll see professions related to research scholars or outstanding professors who, have made a name for themselves in their fields. So something which involves a lot of intellectualism, a lot of intellect rather, and with a lot of royalty and nobility, you can say, with a lot of that energy of the sun as well, and the wisdom of Jupiter. So this is a really very important pada. You'll see a lot of people, who have excelled in their respective fields and communicated their work to the people very well, and have become very well known, being born in the third pada of Punarvasu Nakshatra. And then let's go to the fourth pada of Punarvasu Nakshatra, in which Lord Rama was born. And we've already discussed how sage Valmiki has described in his Valmiki Ramayana what pada and what nakshatra Lord Rama was born. Please refer to my earlier video on Punarvasu Nakshatra in case you have not seen that. And the fourth pada falls over a distance of 0 degrees of Cancer. So here it moves into another zodiac sign from Gemini. It moves ahead of Gemini and moves into the zodiac sign of Cancer. So the distance is 0 degrees of Cancer through 3 degrees and 20 minutes of Cancer. So here there is an influence of the planet Moon, because Cancer is ruled by Moon. And of course, the overall, like we've been discussing, the influence of the presiding deity of Aditi and the knowledge of Jupiter, and of course here Mercury is not an influencing factor here. Here it's more of the planet Moon. And here you will see people, moon-like, very, very, in Hindi it's called komal, which is soft. And you'll see people soft, like the characteristic of Rama. Can you imagine Rama? He was always giving, kind, noble. And of course, nobility and royalty comes from the Aditi, influence of the presiding deity. But then the influencing factor of Moon is Moon wants to give and give and give and make everybody happy. So that's the characteristic. Ram wanted to make everybody happy. His father said, okay, I want to make you a king. He agreed. Then his father said, no, I'm sorry, I cannot make you a king. You have to go into exile. He said, fine, I'm going. He just wanted to make everybody happy and have peace and happiness around around him, and he didn't bother. If you read the entire Ramayana, he didn't bother Ravana at all. It was Ravana who actually came and messed up with him by kidnapping goddess Sita, and that made him, and he warned him, and he even gave him the last chance that, look, give Sita back to me and I will return. And Ravan did not, and that's another story. But that is the characteristic of the fourth pada of Punarvasu Nakshatra. Punarvasu people in general, ruled by Jupiter, Aditi, nobility, knowledge, and spirituality, being good. The quality of Jupiter is being good. And here again, the fourth pada itself is ruled by Cancer, or the planet Moon. And here again, the goodness of Moon and the giving and happiness comes into play. And if you look at the combination of Jupiter and Moon, it makes a Gajkesari yoga as well. Combination of Jupiter and Moon is a Gajkesari yoga, and that itself, shows the kind of characteristics people will be born. They are winners in their fields because of the Gajkesari yoga. And of course, in Rama's chart, if you study Rama's chart, there was actually a Gajkesari yoga where Moon was actually placed in the zodiac sign of Cancer along with Jupiter. But here, even if you look at from the perspective or the point of view of a nakshatra, the nakshatra lord is Jupiter, and here the pada lord is Moon. So regardless of whether Moon was sitting in Cancer or not, it makes a very powerful nakshatra for all, it makes a very powerful Gajkesari yoga for all people born in the fourth pada of the Punarvasu Nakshatra. So that makes it, very nurturing. People wants to give the nurturing quality of Moon, and of course the power of winning because of the Gajkesari yoga. And of course Jupiter gets exalted. Other than Gajkesari yoga, Jupiter gets exalted in Cancer, and this fourth pada is ruled by Cancer, and Jupiter is the presiding deity. So even if Jupiter was not placed in somebody's chart, making an exaltation of Jupiter, still, if you look at it, it's kind of an exaltation because the presiding deity is Jupiter, and the lordship of the fourth pada is Cancer, ruled by Moon. So it makes both a Gajkesari as well as Jupiter exaltation for all people born in the fourth pada of Punarvasu Nakshatra. So you'll see a lot of winners here, a lot of expansiveness of Jupiter, a lot of Jupiter qualities, a lot of Moon qualities, something which you can imagine Lord Rama to be. Okay, so hopefully you enjoyed this video, and in the meanwhile I will recommend that please subscribe to my channel if you've already not, and check out my website. There is a link below, and I will see you with an interesting topic soon. Goodbye.